Hello everyone. In this video I am going to demonstrate you what is motherboard and how there are components mounted on motherboard and how there are various types of sockets and ports are available on motherboard. So let's start by power connectors. The first one is the white connectors you can see on motherboard is this and this. This connector is used to power the motherboard itself. In this connector, you can connect output from SMPS to power on the motherboard. And this 4-pin connector is used to power the processor. And you can see here there are some pins, and on those pins you can connect power cable to power on the fan of processor. On this socket you can connect processor. Then processor is directly connected to this chip called North Bridge, and North Bridge is directly connected to South Bridge. Combining those North Bridge and South Bridge, you can make a chipset. The chipset is divided into North Bridge and South Bridge. The processor is directly connected to North Bridge and North Bridge is connected to South Bridge. The South Bridge is directly not connected to processor, it is connected via North Bridge to processor. Now I have another motherboard that I am going to show you. In this motherboard you can see the processor is already attached, and on that processor is fan is already attached to the processor. And fan is getting power from this point that I have mentioned in other motherboard. Then you can see the heatsink on North Bridge and South Bridge chips. The heatsink on North Bridge chip is bigger than South Bridge chip because North Bridge chip is basically connected to graphics card and memory. This is PCI Express slot. Nowadays on PCI Express slot you can connect your graphics card, and these are the slots of RAM. You can connect two different RAMs on this slot. These slots are of DIMM type, dual inline memory module. You have to connect RAM on these sockets, and you can lock this socket. You can lock this socket after connecting the RAM, so that your RAM could not get disconnected even if your PC is moved. If you leave it open, there are chances that your RAM could get disconnected when you move your computer. So we have seen that North Bridge is directly connected to RAM and graphics card. That's why North Bridge is called Graphics and Memory Controller Hub. Now we will see some other slots. These two white slots are for PCI bus. You can connect PCI based card on this slot. And this is for IDE slots. You can connect IDE based hard disk on this slot using cable. You can see the notch in here, and on your IDE cable you also have notch, so that you cannot connect IDE connector in reverse manner. You have to properly connect IDE connector to fit this notch, so that you cannot get wrong pin connection to your IDE based hard disk. These are SATA connectors. On those connectors you can connect SATA based hard disk. This is for IDE based hard disk and this is for SATA based hard disk. And this is PCI bus. In the black connector you can connect floppy disk drives. Nowadays most of the PCs doesn't have floppy disk drive, but motherboard manufacturer companies are providing this slot to connect floppy disk drive if the needs arise. So you can see that the South Bridge chip is directly connected to input and output components. The floppy disk, IDE based hard disk, SATA hard disk, PCI based cards all are connected to South Bridge. And South Bridge is connected to North Bridge and North Bridge is connected to processor. So you can say that South Bridge is directly connected to input output devices. So South Bridge is also called Input Output Controller Hub, ICH, Input Output Controller Hub. Here you can see the button cell. The button cell is small battery that is directly above CMOS RAM. The button cell directly provides power to CMOS RAM so that if you power off your computer, then the data of CMOS RAM could not get deleted as long as the battery is providing power to CMOS RAM. And let's see some of the pins on the motherboard. These pins are directly connected to front panel audio connectors, where you can connect your speaker and headphone. These two pin set are directly connected to front panel USB ports via these pins are connected to front panel USB ports via some cable, and you can connect your USB pen drive or USB devices on those port. Those devices data will be transferred via cable into this port, and those devices connected on USB port can send this data using cable to this pin, and through this pin via south bridge, via north bridge, those data can be sent to processors. So these are the basic and main components of motherboard. Now let's see the back panel connectors of motherboard. There are several back panel connectors on motherboard. This one is for keyboard and this one is for mouse. Both are PS2 ports. PS2 ports are developed by IBM when they released their PS2 computers. And below that port you can see the serial port on motherboard. Then below that blue color port is VGA port, where you can connect your monitor to display output of your computer. And below that you can see 4 USB ports. Those 4 USB ports are on the back of your computer, where you can connect various USB devices. And above the USB port you can see Ethernet port. On that Ethernet port you can connect RJ45 cable to connect your computer to any network. Below that are audio ports, where you can connect speaker and headphone. Now let's see the back side of motherboard. On the back side you can see that different tracks are drawn. Those tracks are essentially a bus that connects different types of devices mounted on motherboard, and you can see some pins. Those pins are usually sockets, which I have showed you on front panel. So all those components are connected to each other using tracks, and you can see those tracks on backside of your motherboard.